What's up guys, I'm Parker Johnson and today we're learning multiple turntables. But before we start this multiple turntable tutorial, I'd recommend going back on our channel and watching the single turntable tutorial by Sweets himself. The very first step in learning multiple turntables is rotation. Rotation is very key in multiple turntables. A lot of people put a lot of emphasis on their wrist when they do a single turntable, which is good. When you're learning a turntable, you've got to put all the momentum in your wrist. But when you do multiple turntables, you've got to focus after that momentum. You can't have enough momentum for one wrist motion for 4 turntables. You've got to put a little momentum in your finger, and that's where spinning your finger helps tremendously. So right when you get it on big cup and you go for a turntable, you immediately start spinning your finger. And what I mean by spinning your finger, you want to spin your finger clockwise in the direction of your turntable and match the speed with your turntable. If your turntable is going slow, you want to spin your finger along the rotation, just the same exact speed. It's kind of hard to explain, but it gets to a point where it's like a feeling where you kind of feel the weight distribution on the Ken. When you've practiced enough, you can feel where it's heavy and you can feel where I should be spinning and where my finger should be going. A very important part to the spinning portion of the turntable is that you want your hand placement to be almost like a high five, like you're high-fiving somebody. And it's gonna be like almost flat, but you want to put your pointer finger a little up so you can put your turntable right there. You're able to do this, and you're able to spin your finger a lot better, and it gives you a lot more contact on the little cup to get enough momentum to carry over to the next turntable. Also, the hand placement of the high five gets your fingers out of the way. Your fingers don't just hit the turntable while it's going, which is a plus. So this leads me straight into balance. So now that you have spinning down and you're spinning it super fast, you've probably run into problems. It's probably fallen off. Balance is super key. Almost to all the tricks in all of Kendama, but this is very important. Once you get it fast, you have to focus on getting this serrato perfectly centered, or just straight up. You want the ball on here and you want it to be straight up. You don't want to be tilting any way, because then when you're spinning, it'll just fall. So the way I do it is I look straight at the top of the tama. I just make sure that it's straight up. It's nice to have a heavy tama to weigh down the serrato. So it's like pushing down on your finger. So you're able to keep it in that straight up position. So now that you've got the balance and the spinning down, now it's time to practice. And this trick is tough. It's really tough. I'd recommend just getting the double down and trying to get that double, because adding a turntable to your amount or your record is really, really tough. So for catching it, you want to focus on when it's about halfway through its rotation, and then you put your fingers up. So you have it like this, and then right when it's about halfway like that, you put your fingers up to catch it. So like when you're doing a triple, you do 2.5 spins, and then you put your fingers up and you cradle it right when it comes around. Some troubles that you might run into is probably with your knees. Like a lot of tricks, you use your knees. But for this one, what I like to do is I like to start going up, getting that momentum up, but I kind of just stay there. I kind of stay in a position. I don't like to go down, because if I go down, I'll just keep going down, and it's not like I can go back up. The balance is really tough on this trick. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience. It will fall off a lot when you're learning this trick, but that's all in part of learning the balance of a multiple turntable. In the beginning, it's gonna fall off a lot. I really, really like this trick because of the fact that it is endless in opportunity. You can go to infinite amounts. Like this one kid on Instagram got over 100, and that's crazy. That's crazy. So just remember the two important steps for multiple turntables: spinning and balance. Once you learn this spinning, you're gonna be able to balance in no time. Thanks, leave a comment, like it, subscribe it, share it to your friends. You'll be able to impress everybody with this trick. You'll knock their socks off. Sick. I don't know why I said that.